So if I turn my video off, you don't see my photo?
No?
Yeah, must be some
No.
bug.
In the middle of the screen, yes, I see it. But
Oh.
in the corner, it isn't.
Now?
Nope.
Still.
No. Well, in the middle, yes, but not in the
Not in
corner.
the corner. Maybe you're clicking on my video. If you don't click on my window, you know the little window at the bottom right.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you click on me, you'll see a white frame. So you shouldn't see a white frame. Then I think you should be able to see my photo.
Yes, yes.
Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing. If you click on me, you will always see me. Then you don't see my picture.
Yep.
Okay. Welcome, Alex.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good to see you. So how's everyone? We have Alex and Alexander. I think I'll call you Alexander. You don't mind? Yeah, this is your name, anyways. A lot of Alexanders I've had. A lot of students with that name. So
Yep, it's pretty popular.
yeah, it's a very common name.
My full name is Alexei.
Alexei. Oh, I see. So not Alexander. That's interesting. Is this another common name, Alexei?
Yes.
Yeah. Alexei.
Yes, I think.
Very good. All right. Welcome, Ksenia.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you with us. And welcome, Rinat.
Hi.
How's it going?
Everything is fine.
Good. Long time no see. How have you been?
I was here because your lesson always late for me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's 11 p.m. now, and today we are having this official holiday here, so that's why I'm able
lovely.
to join, because yeah, I had a little enough sleep.
Is
I'm happy that I can join.
That's good. I'm glad you joined because we kind of missed you. Is it 11 p.m. now, or is it, what time is it now?
11 p.m.
I see. So we are about 6 hours apart.
8 p.m.
In Moscow.
In Moscow, it's 8 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they have scheduled the time which is convenient for most of students. So if there are going to be more students from Kazakhstan or from the, let's say, west or east part of Russia, then
you're right.
Our schedule can be very convenient for me.
Of course,
so
yeah.
I'm waiting other students from
hopefully.
The country too.
Actually, there was a student from Kazakhstan. And
yes, Amanjol, yeah.
Sorry, what was his name?
Amanjol.
And now another one.
Bakhjan.
But not Bach. Is it Mikhail? Mikhail. It was a. It sounded like a Russian name. It wasn't. It didn't sound very much like a Kazakh name.
It is maybe a Russian name because 30% of our population is like Russian by nationality.
So he was from Kazakhstan, and so there's a few, but I haven't seen him since. I don't know. Maybe it's the timing that doesn't suit, obviously.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
But yeah. Hello, Julia.
Hello, Alin and other participants of this lesson.
Hi.
Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, good to have you with us. How's your day?
Fine, thanks. I'm working and now joining this class.
Are you working right now? Are you supposed to be at work? I mean.
I've already have a meeting. Had a meeting and now I have a break, 1 hour, so it's time to join.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And how was your weekend? What did you get up to over the weekend?
My weekend was not bad. I mean, besides the fact that my car was frozen, the engine stopped.
Oh no!
Other things are okay.
That's a catastrophe.
Yeah,
You can't.
in Siberia it is. It is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is really problem for us too. This cold, this minus 33 degree, always gives us some problems. And happily, I installed this. How it's called in English? I am not sure. Automatic auto starting. So every 2 or 3 hours, I can
Oh,
start it.
so the car starts itself, you mean, or when you're not
I
there?
can set up it. I can set up by two. There are two options. Every 3 or 4 hours I can do it, or I can install by the temperature. If it's below 25 degree, then it is automatic starts.
Oh, I see. And how does that work? I've never heard of that. So basically, you don't have to be in the car. It just starts itself.
No, I don't. Yes, I don't have to be in the car. It's called Starline. It's company, Russian company, which their products like that. So you can install it by yourself.
And
Very convenient and reliable.
What type of products, Rinat?
Starline.
Starline?
At first I thought that it is like from Western country, but I was very amused when I find out that it is really a Russian product. So I'm sure I can be, because Russian products always like, let's say, famous because they are reliable. Not Lada, of course, but other things.
And what? Okay, so I can think of other things that might be problematic when it comes to this. I presume the car cannot be stolen when it's.
No. It
cannot be driven.
It cannot be driven. It's a huge. Only special people can install it. So
So
my car is still in this guarantee, and only these people can do it. So.
Oh, right. So it's coded, and there's a lot of security features and measures that were done. That's really good. That's very handy. Yulia, you should get yourself one of these things.
Yes.
Otherwise, you always should take care about your battery. You have to take them into the house, and that morning again take it to your garage.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now I try to install Robusta. Maybe you know this thing as well. Robusta is another type of device mounted in your car, and it is supposed to. I don't know how to put it.
Maybe heat battery.
Not heat battery, but it make liquid. It don't make your liquid, your diesel, petrol to be frozen. I mean.
Okay, I see.
Oh, I understand now. But the main problem with it, when it is cold, it is like for your battery, in my opinion.
Yes, it's true.
I wish you good luck then.
Yeah, hopefully you can sort it. So this happened today, right, Yulia?
No, unfortunately, it happened on vacation, on a weekend, and now I can't use my car.
Yeah, if it happened over the weekends, then yeah. But you work from home, as far as I remember, right?
Yes, but I have a daughter who needs to go to the swimming pool and other sections.
Well, yeah.
It is very bad when people just get used to drive a car. You cannot do anything without them. It's like addictive.
It's funny, but even taxis getting frozen in Siberia in this time, because this November is really cold. minus 34. It was minus 34.
What
I don't
about what about end of the year, like end of December, January?
Yes.
It is,
Oh my God.
Alan, it is Siberia.
I know, in Siberia, I just can't imagine. But is it really that cold to walk outside? I mean, of course you're going to be wearing a lot of clothes, but I don't know. I just can't imagine it. Perhaps, you know, I spoke to another student about this. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. You know, in different parts of the world, I'm talking about the cold parts, may have it may feel colder than it actually is. You understand? For example, when I was in Europe, I experienced minus 20. Okay, and I was actually playing football. The snow. This is like pre-season, or sorry, halfway through the season, the football season. There is a break because of winter. Now, in order to prepare for the second half of the season, you know, we have to train and so on and so forth. So we were training outside, obviously, in the snow. And the snow was up to our knees, and we were running in snow and doing all sorts of things. So that was minus 20, and it was cold. I mean, my mustache froze. My hair was ice cold. So the only thing that kept me warm was being active. So that was cold. It was minus 20. Now, I can't imagine minus 40.
I think in a different countries or parts of the regions, it's not so cold, even if it's minus 40.
Yeah, this is what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know, because in one time in Latvia when we were on a holidays in December, it was about 0 degrees of Celsius, and it was so cold because of humidity. I think humidity was about 100%, and it was so cold. I can't even remember when I was so cold in Russia, in Moscow, because its humidity is very cold.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, humidity plays a very huge role.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Yeah. So it is humidity. Probably the surroundings, the mountains, trees, lakes, rivers.
Yep.
All that plays a part. Yeah. Definitely. So this explains it then.
Yura, is it really feels like it is minus 44? It's frozen to death?
No, 34, not 44.
34.
34, but it's as I mentioned, I was born in Kazakhstan, and this 34 is really tougher, more tougher than I feel in Kazakhstan, because I like skating, for example, and for me it's not problem to go to skate or ski while being in Kazakhstan. But this in Siberia, for me, it's hardly possible to go outside. Really, I don't feel comfortable, and even my eyes start not sneezing, but hard to say.
The watering.
Watering, yes.
Watering. So basically, your eyes start tearing. You can also say they start to tear.
Yeah.
Tearing. Yeah.
So maybe I'd better use any glasses to go outside, and I don't know, snowboarding glasses.
Yeah, you have to wear special equipment. So definitely, it does feel cold when it's minus 34.
Yep. I hope other people, other participants, will have a better weather.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna have to stay warm and maybe see what Rinat mentioned about that Starline product. See if you can get that sorted and maybe install it into your car, and you know, keep your engine starting every now and then. Yeah.
Alive, yes.
Yeah, it's very tricky. It's a tricky situation to be in. Hello, Maria. Maria has joined.
Hello again, Alan. Hello, everyone.
Good evening. Okay, guys, let us get started, shall we? I'm sure. Look, I would love to chat to you and ask all of you how your weekend went. But we're gonna have to start because we have quite a fair bit to do here in this next exercise, next PDF. So it's an interesting topic we're gonna discuss. And when don't we have an interesting topic to discuss? We always have something interesting to discuss. And here, human genetic engineering. Yes, it is. So I will play an audio, and as always, you will listen to it, pay close attention to it, and then we will go through the PDF in detail. Okay, so any questions or comments before we begin?
No.
Alrighty, here we go.
This podcast is brought to you by ESLLibrary.com. Hello, everyone. I'm Tara Benwell, the host of ESL Library's mini podcasts for English learners. Today's podcast comes to you from our Discussion Starters section. Human genetic engineering. Are designer genes the way of the future? Human genes determine a person's physical and mental characteristics. Genes play a big part in the development of diseases. Scientists are experimenting with human genetic engineering to correct errors in the DNA of living cells. Several HGE experiments have been performed on children and adults with chronic diseases. Though some success stories are emerging, scientists admit they have a long road ahead of them. Altering the DNA of an unborn baby is a more controversial form of HGE. Unlike a living child or adult whose genes are fully developed, an unborn child's cells are still developing. Performing HGE on an unborn child results in genetic modification to every cell of the developing body. The embryo, or fetus, eventually passes this modification onto further generations. Will genetically modified babies eventually become the norm? Some countries are more open to the development of HGE technology than others. There is also a division of opinions among scientists. Some fear that gene therapy will destroy the human race. Others believe genetic engineering is the way of the future. World-famous scientist Stephen Hawking once said that humans must explore genetic engineering if they don't want robots and computers to take over the world. It is safe to assume that genetic technology will continue to develop regardless of ethics. It is also likely that gene therapy will be extremely costly if it ever becomes an option for expecting parents. Do you agree with Stephen Hawking's warning that we ought to follow this road if we want biological systems to remain superior to electronic ones? For questions and activities and a full transcript of today's
Okay.
Really controversial topic,
Yeah, it's a controversial topic, isn't it?
especially religious.
Yeah, it's a clash, isn't it? Let's hear what you guys have to say. So, what's your opinion on this human genetic engineering?
My opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I totally understood that that this is real difficult, but to my mind, I would choose all the time what our scientists choose, and I really agree that we cannot just really stop the continue of developing science.
Mm-hmm.
Even there are like a law which is prohibited to do this. Some scientists, because they are fan of their subject, their science, they would do it anyway. So in my opinion, it's better for us to see this is as inevitable We just have to take care about the usage of these genetic modified babies. I'd say. Yeah, we have to be open and ready to embrace these new technologies, but at the
Yes.
same time be careful to avoid these bad consequences.
Yeah, these formalities and so on. All right. Well said, Rinat. Anyone else would like to share their opinion? No? Okay. Let us get into the PDF. So before we do the vocabulary, I'd like us to discuss these 3 questions here. Okay, before I do this first question, let's read this statement by Stephen Hawking. With genetic engineering, we will be able to increase the complexity of our DNA and improve the human race.
Yes, I agree with it. But we are already doing this. I think this biological, by according to the Darwin law, only these strong genes are like probably or having this most huge probability to continue to live. We are doing this not in very like direct way, but this struggle between the genes is already working. Maybe a little bit slowly, but it is working.
Yep. Okay. Well said. So yeah, it is a controversial topic, like Renata also mentioned. So let's have a look at these questions here then. What desirable human traits are in your family? Is this question understood, first of all? Who can simplify this question? Renata.
I can say, what is the strongest genes of your family?
The strongest sides or
yes,
traits of character.
Good, yeah. So traits here means like characteristics. Yeah.
It can be physical, it can be mental, everything.
Yes, emotional, behavioral, yeah. So what is the desirable? What I don't know, what can you say you're proud of? What traits or characteristics are you proud of that from your family?
I would say my family, or me, I think in my genes or in our genes we have the ability to learn science, physics, mathematics, and language. So maybe it is a gene which is strong.
Yes. Okay, good. So since you're a mathematics teacher, obviously, you know, in the fields of sciences, you are very good at them. So something to be happy about, yeah, to be proud of. Okay. Anyone else would like to share their family's traits that you're happy about?
I like my members to be diligent, if possible to say. They made many efforts to aim, and yes, I like this trait of character, to be confident and to go ahead.
Okay, to go ahead with something, with a challenge or...
Yes.
Good.
To be consistent, maybe.
All right. Okay, good. Anyone else?
I can.
Yes, Alex?
I don't know of which physical characteristics our family have, but I know physical.
Mm-hmm.
In our family, we all have got dark hairs,
Mm-hmm.
and my mother, my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
and I have freckles. Freckles.
Oh, is that something you desire? Is it nice, or you happy because you're unique?
No, not very happy.
Yeah, because it's it makes you unique. It makes you very unique and stand out from everyone else. You know, some people find it very, very cute. You know, it's very, you know, it's nice to have freckles because they're different, and some others don't necessarily like it. Okay, so that's a physical trait. All right, but what about your? Because you like art, you like to draw.
Yes.
Your parents or anyone in your family into art as well?
Yes, my father is well, because in his when he was younger,
Mm-hmm.
he draw uh, some pictures from some books or something like this,
Mm-hmm.
and now he is. I think he's a good painter.
Ah, so there you go. That runs in the family, definitely. So that's a very desirable trait that's in your family, yeah? Art,
Yes.
yeah. Because you're a great artist, for your age especially. It's really, really impressive. All right, that's nice. Okay, anyone else would like to share their family's trait? Positive trait?
Okay, can I?
Yes, go ahead, please. Celia?
All members of our family are tall, with blue eyes, and we all like to read books.
Very good. So, yeah, that's nice. So that's a very good physical trait to have. To be tall and you know, blue eyes, very attractive. All right, that's good. Okay, so let's have a look at the vocabulary now because we'll run out of time in no time. So we have 10 to look at, and let's match them to the right, to the correct meanings on the right, and then give me a sentence with those, a random sentence. All right, what about the first one?
We should start.
Let's start with Alex from the left.
Me? If it's me, then I think it's D, parts of cells. Oh, no. It's DNA. Genes.
No, actually, it's D. You're correct. So genes.
Cells. Genes. That are inherited and determine human characteristics such as health and appearance. Okay, maybe so. Okay, something with genes. Our genes makes us who we are. I think so.
Okay, very good. Our genes make us who we are. Okay, that's good. Yes. Well, I think we all know what genes means. Anyways, not the genes that we wear, but the genes that we inherit from our ancestors. Okay, what about the second one? Thank you, Alex. Let's look at Maria. Maria, you can do the next one.
Human genetic engineering. This city this item for me it's really difficult because of course maybe I have some human traits in my family or another, but it's not so highlight. I mean,
Remarkable.
yes, remarkable. Maybe it's okay. It's and this word human genetic engineering.
It could be a study.
Yes, study of that is morally right or wrong. No?
Nope.
No.
It's not C.
Or the G, the last one.
Aha.
Yes?
Yes, you're correct. So, okay, so the alteration of human genes before, after birth. Basically, what human genetic engineering means, when you're changing or altering the human genes before, after birth. Yeah.
Alan, could you explain the difference between change, alter, and swap? This new word swap, I don't feel that I can
Right.
use it properly.
Yeah, okay, swap. To swap something means you're swapping one thing with another. So there are usually two things involved. So do you mind if we swap seats? So I'll give you my seat and you take my, I'll take your seat and you take my seat. So you're swapping between two things or two people, yeah? Alter, to alter means to change something, to make it different. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you are swapping one thing with another. You can be doing you could be changing many things. So you're altering the state of something to make it different. Okay? So when you say swap, you're swapping one with another. That's what swap means, yeah?
Okay. Thank you.
So that's the main thing, yeah. Okay, no problems. Maria, would you like to give me a sentence with human genetic engineering?
I can use sentence in the top of your list. With human genetic engineering, we will be able to increase. No.
You're cheating.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's quite long, yeah. So human genetic engineering. So with this, let's look at Stephen Hawking's statement. So with human genetic engineering, we'll be able to increase the complexity of our DNA. Okay, we'll accept that. It's something new for you. All right, what about number 3, Julia?
Chronic. It means reoccurring.
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 What is real? Yeah, good. What does reoccurring mean?
It means appearing again.
Yep, that's it. Something that's happening again and again. Good. How would you use chronic?
Example, this chronic pain will kill me.
Very good. Perfect. This is actually very commonly used. If you have some sort of a pain or an injury and it's not going away, you're not recovering from it. So you can say you have some chronic pain in your back, in your knee. It's just reoccurring, keeps happening. It's not getting better. All right, here's a tough one. Thank you, Julia. Alex, number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, Alexi.
DNA. It's Maybe it's I?
A or I?
I.
I? No?
A?
Yes. Could you read?
It's hard to pronounce even for me.
Yes. This is a very tough one. So everyone says DNA. Actually,
Yep.
DNA, this is what it means. Who
Even
can
it's Russian.
who can
Oh,
attempt?
I.
Go on, Alex.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Good. Acid. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Well done. Yeah, this is very difficult to pronounce. Deoxyribonucleic. I don't know even. It's a very you know difficult term.
Chemical.
Very
word.
chemical term. Yeah. I presume it's a combination of 2 or 3 things. I think. Yeah. So it's a substance that carries genetic information, basically. Yeah. Okay. Good. Alex, give me a sentence with DNA.
DNA. Okay. All people have got DNA.
Old people? So do you think they would have a different DNA than they had when they were young? Does it change?
No, all people have got a DNA.
Or all, as in A-double-L. I thought you meant old. Did you say old?
Ah, okay.
You meant all, as in everyone, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yes. You're correct. Yes, all people have DNA. Yeah, we have unique, perhaps unique DNA.
Unique.
Yeah, very good. All right, Xenia, number 5.
Controversial.
Mhm.
It's an age resulting in many different opinions.
Absolutely correct. Yes. So resulting in many different opinions. Controversial. We mentioned this word earlier. How would you use this in a sentence?
Human genetic engineering. It's a very controversial science.
Yes. Science. Yeah, good. So human genetic engineering is a very controversial type of science. Yeah. Or experiment. Okay, 6. Rinat.
Modification. It's a changing. G, maybe it's change.
Yeah, that's it. To change.
You have to change something.
Oh, sorry. Modification is a change. So it's the noun. What's the verb of modification?
To modificate.
No.
Modify.
Yeah.
Modify.
To modify. Yeah. To modify something. All right. How would you use modification in a sentence?
In this iPad or 6, the way installed some modification from previous one.
Okay.
Oh, there are some modifications.
All right. So so modifications, as in there has been a change compared to the previous model.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. So in the latest iPad, only a few modifications have been made. Yeah, you can say compared to the previous model. So you're trying to say not many were made. Unless you want to say the opposite, you can say many modifications have been done in the new iPad. All right, very good. Thanks, Rinat. Number 7, Alexander.
A human, a late stage before birth. Or human at a very early stage of life before birth. I don't know the difference between embryo and fetus. Fetus. It's something about E or F. but
Good.
early or late?
You know the translation in Russian, so embryo it seems very early. No?
Okay. Yes.
That's
Then yes. Then it's E. A human at very early stage of life before
yes.
birth.
Yeah, that's a good way to remember. Thanks, Julia.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so yeah, embryo is E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how G is it? That's tough.
Yeah. Human genetic engineering can cure some embryo diseases of human being.
Oh, yeah, that's good actually. Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. Yeah, I have nothing to correct there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. That was a good example. Okay, what about number 8, Maria?
Fetus. It is the human at a late stage before birth.
Yeah, the fetus is the late stage before birth.
Example. Mamma mia. Okay. A woman have been bearing or bears, how to say, a fetus for 9 months. For 9 months. Understand? No. Alan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a fetus is actually, it wouldn't be the whole 9 months probably. I mean, I'm not a medical doctor.
Or in 9 months. I mean, what in the last months we can see this outside woman, not inside, outside.
Oh, right. So I see. So you can maybe take scans, or how are they called again? I forgot. In order to see the baby when it's, kicking, and I forgot the name of it. Yeah. So fetus, it's pretty much towards the latest stage or before birth.
Mm-hmm.
So and let's see. There are some. Let's talk about abortion, okay? Because some people, they decide to abort their child or the baby. Let's say certain religions are against abortion when the baby has reached a certain stage, and this stage probably is the fetus, when it's a fetus. So I don't know, I'm just trying to give you an example. It's not very easy to think of an example when it comes to embryo and fetus.
By the way, I've heard that fetus is hugely affected by the sun when, while being pregnant, women who are working, women who are working more, is feel better than those who are not.
Oh, right. So that's good. So we can look at it from this perspective. If, or let's say, the fetus will be negatively affected if the mother decides to smoke, for example, yeah? Or in your case, the fetus will be positively affected or influenced if the mother is exposed to the sun.
Yes, exposed to the sun.
Very good. Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, by the way, the sun actually is very good, especially during sunrise and sunset. Just after sunrise, if you expose your body, your skin, to the sun, it will have a positive effect on you. As in, because I have a student who was in an accident, in a car accident, and he was quite badly hurt, broken bones, and you name it. So his doctor, he was a German doctor, told him if you want to recover quickly, every morning for 1 hour, you need to sunbathe.
Yeah, I'm aware of it pretty.
Yeah, so maybe you've known this before, maybe you haven't, but I was recently, you know, I became, it was a new thing for me, so I found out and I was impressed. Yeah. So I'm not surprised when you say that you know it has a positive effect on the fetus. That's a very good thing. Okay, let's keep it moving. The norm, Julia.
The norm means something that is now expected or commonplace.
Yes, that's the one.
I don't know. It is a norm to have a baby between 20 and 30, for example.
Yes, very good. Yeah, and that might change. You know, it's been things change when it comes to what the norm is nowadays, and maybe 20 years from now. Okay. All right, and the last one, Alex.
Okay. I think it's ethics. Ethics. I think it's maybe H.
Ethics? No, it's not H.
Something related to morality.
It's C.
Yes, that's the one. The study of what is morally right or wrong. Ethics. Okay, how would you use ethics?
My small sister have got ethics.
Yeah, she has good moral ethics. Okay, she has good moral ethics. That's the way to put it.
Good moral ethics.
Yeah, as in she understands what's right and wrong, and you know she has moral ethics. Okay, well done. Now let's read this. We only have 4 paragraphs, so let's see. Maybe some will have to sit out. So, Xenia, please begin with the first paragraph.
Human genes determine a person's physical and mental characteristics. Genes play a big part in the development of diseases. Science are experimenting with human genetic engineering to correct errors in the DNA of living cells. Several HGE experiments have been performed on children and adults with chronic diseases. Although some success stories are emerging, scientists admit they have a long road ahead of them. Altering the... Okay?
Yes, sorry, that's good. Well done. Thank you very much. Well read. Okay, Renat?
This is altering the DNA of an unborn baby is more controversial from the HGA. Unlike a living child or adult whose genes are fully developed, an unborn child's cells are still developing. Performing HGA on an unborn child results in genetic modification to every cell of the developing body. The embryo fetus eventually passes this modification onto further generations.
Well done. Thank you very much, Renat. Well read. Okay, Alexander?
Will genetically modified babies eventually become the norm? Some countries are more open to the development of HGE technology than others. There is also a division of opinions among the scientists. Some fear that gene therapy will destroy the human race. Others believe genetic engineering is the way of the future. World-famous scientist Stephen Hawking once said that humans must explore genetic engineering if they don't want robots and computers to take over the world.
Very interesting. Yeah, well read, thank you. Yeah, this word is genetically modified
Yep.
babies eventually become the norm. It's a very controversial topic. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and the last paragraph, Maria.
It's safe to assume that genetic technology will continue to develop regardless of ethics. It is also likely that gene therapy will be extremely costly if it ever becomes an option for expecting parents. Do you agree with Stephen Hawking's warning that we ought to follow this road if we want biological systems to remain superior to electronic ones?
Well read, thank you. So we could discuss this, and but we already discussed it at the beginning. Does anyone want to add anything or share their opinion on this brief article?
No.
Maybe I can add something.
Yes, go
I
ahead.
think it's what I have to say, that this topic is very for the future. I think in the last paragraph there is it is extremely costly nowadays. So now only very rich people can afford it, and maybe in 10 years, 50 years, maybe it will be a problem, but not in our age or in a very, very late 50s, I think.
Yeah, okay, it's a good point, valid point. Yeah, it is very expensive to do these experiments. And perhaps in the future we will see more progress in this.
Yes, and maybe it's utopia or anti-utopia. It may go right or wrong. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
How it ends.
Yeah, it's still unclear. You're right.
Yep.
Okay, so whatever time we have left, about 3 or 4 minutes, I want us to look at this vocabulary review when it comes to chunking. So we need to create 6 words or expressions by pairing the words that are commonly found together in English. Okay, so we have safe to do something, designer something. So I'll give you an example. The first one, it's safe to assume. Yeah, so safe to assume that it's safe to assume that this progress will only happen in the future. Yeah. What about designer? What other word or words do you think can be chunked with designer?
Should it be related to the text, or it?
No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
Designer clothes.
Yes. This is or designer jeans.
Designer jeans.
Right? But not the jeans that we were talking about. This is actually the jeans that we wear, like Levi and Lee, and, whatever else you have it there. Okay, well done. Designer clothes, designer jeans. What about engineering? So anyone who thinks of it first can shout out the answer.
Human genetic engineering.
Human genetic engineering.
Yes! Come on, guys! Genetic engineering, yeah. Yeah, both of these go the same way, yeah? What about, okay, DNA? So we have to assume, yeah? First, safe to assume. Sorry, go ahead, Alexander.
DNA illness. No, chronic illness. DNA sample.
Yeah, DNA sample.
Sample.
Yeah, we need a DNA sample to establish this person's, you know, I don't know, I was about to say it. Okay, what's the next one? Chronic?
Chronic illness.
Yes, well done, Alex. Chronic illness. Very good. Excellent. All right, Alex, give me an example with this chronic illness. Give me a sentence.
Chronic illness. It's bad to have chronic illness.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bad thing to have any chronic illness. Absolutely. Okay. All right, before I let you go, let's maybe do these 6 ones. That should be very easy. So, Rinat, number 1, what's the odd word out? Which one doesn't belong in this group here?
From these 4 words, modification, change, opposite, alteration, the odd ones is opposite, because alteration, change, modification, they have something in common. They common thing is like a changing.
Yes.
And opposite is not change, it's just a opposite.
It means
So
something
this-
totally different. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it's different.
Yeah, so opposite here is the odd one out. Well done. Okay, second one. Julia.
Fetus, baby, embryo, and scientist. Scientist is evidently.
Well,
Yes, I don't think he belongs anywhere in a woman's body.
Fetus, baby, embryo means related to the unborn child.
Yeah, it relates to the child, whether born or unborn, in a way. Yeah. Okay, 3. Maria.
Ethical, controversial, moral, right? This is the last word. Right. Okay. Controversial maybe does not belong this group.
Good. Yeah, because ethical, moral, yeah, morally ethical. When something is morally ethical, means it's the right thing to do. All right, good. So controversial is something you don't want to get your hands involved with. All right, 4. Alexander.
expected, acceptable, norm, biological. I think biological from this not belong.
Yeah, this is the odd one out, definitely. So the
Yep.
norm, when it's acceptable,
And expected.
expected of you. Yeah, very good. Okay, Alex, number 5.
Generation, chronic, long term, reoccurring. I think maybe long term.
You think which one? Long term.
Long term.
No.
Or reoccurring.
No, all are adjective, except generation.
Ah, well picked out. So generation actually is the noun out of all of these. So chronic illness, long-term disease or illness, reoccurring illness or problem. Yeah. Generation is already a noun. Yeah, so it doesn't belong here. All right, well done. Okay, the last one, Rinat, back to you.
Genes, DNA, characteristics, exploration. Characteristic, exploration. To my mind, it's exploration, the word which is odd one. Because genes and DNA and characteristics, they have common. DNA and DNA and genes, they they have inside of them these characteristics. And the exploration is like a to explore.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't make sense here. Yeah, it doesn't belong because these are all related. Genes relate to DNA, and characteristics are part of the genes. Yeah, the traits and characteristics probably the same. Exploration, you're exploring things. Yeah, experimentations and so on. All right, so this is the odd one out. Well done, guys. We're gonna have to wrap it up. I've given you the link in the chat. You can click on it and download it and save it to your computer and have a look at these in more detail if you'd like. Any questions?
No.
No.
All good. Lovely. Okay, thank you very much. It was nice to see you all again.
Okay, see you guys.
Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Come here.
Bye.
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 Bye.